everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Vanessa and this is my first video. So I'm going to be doing the Juicy Plant Tuber tag by Nicole. So the first question is, what are the 3 most expensive plants you own? What were the prices? And if I had any regrets. The most expensive plant that I bought is this Dragon Jade Dischidia. It was $60. I bought it off eBay. No, I don't have any regrets. I think it's so cute. It looks like a green turd, pretty much. This one I just got this week. I love this one. It's so cute. This is the Dischidia Rattle Skulls. So no regrets on that one. And then lucky last, this is the Alocasia Green Velvet. I got this one probably about a month ago, and when I got it, it had 2 leaves. One of the leaves was already looking like this. This one was just unfurling, and now it is dyed, but I think that there's another leaf coming through, so fingers crossed. And yes, I do regret buying this one. I've seen on Facebook groups people selling them for a lot cheaper. I paid $50 for this, a lot cheaper. I just really wanted the green velvet and couldn't help myself. So yes, next question. What is the most you would spend on a plant? At this point, probably $100. I've just bought the Hoya Australis Lisa, and that one was $100, and that is the most that I probably would be willing to spend on a plant at the moment, just because of everything that's going on. More than that is just crazy, and most aeroids are more expensive, but I haven't crossed that line yet, so $100, that's what I'm gonna say. Number 3, has your plant collection ever caused issues in your relationships? If yes, please explain. No, my boyfriend who lives with me, there's no issues. He loves my plants. Put them wherever I want in the house, and that's fine, and that's never been an issue. Number 4, has owning plants interfered with your travel plans? So since having a bigger collection, the longest that I've gone away for is probably a week. I just made sure that everything was watered before, because I usually only water once a week anyway. I just go around, check my plants once a week. And yeah, so I did that before I went. Anyone that I thought that was going to run out of water soon, I topped up. Stuff like that. Yeah, no issues with that. Next one. Most stressful part about owning plants probably is when something's going wrong and you can't figure out what it is. So like this little one, I thought when I got it that I would be able to save it. It had a new leaf unfurling, give it a bright spot, water it correctly, all that stuff, and then it will bounce back. But this one, it's caused me a bit of stress because I just don't know what's going on. I don't want it to die. So that's probably the most stressful part, is when you don't know what exactly the plant wants from you. If you were only allowed 3 plants in your collection, which ones would they be? That's a tough one. Probably, I would definitely keep the Dischidia Dragon Jade and the Rattle Skulls, just because they're so funny and they're just very unique looking. And then probably my Philodendron Gloriosum, actually. That one is just a really good grower. It always pops out beautiful leaves. The leaves grow back so quickly. I accidentally knocked off one of the leaves and a new leaf popped out probably the week after. It just grows so well, no fuss, and is beautiful. I love that plant so much. What's your opinion on the rare plant hype? Well, so like I said previously, the most I would spend on a plant is $100. So in Australia, that really is not a lot to be spending on plants, especially when you are into philodendrons and more rare aeroids. They get very expensive very quickly. Like even more common rare plants like the Monstera Thai Constellation in Australia, that usually goes for about $200 here. And then as soon as you like to spend $100, you would be getting unrooted cuttings. And yeah, so I really am not a fan of the rare plant hype. I think it's so easy and so many places sell the Thai Constellation, but yet still they're so expensive to get that, yeah, I don't know. I just am not a fan of it. I think it's ridiculous. Have you ever purchased a plant just because it was trending and you don't like it that much? So I'm probably going to say no to this one. I usually only buy plants because I like the way they look, or I really wanted it for a long time. I don't go out and just impulse buy plants. But there was a plant, so the Hoya kerrii, I really wanted that one for ages, and I kind of regretted buying it, but not because I don't like the plant. I regretted buying it because I bought it off a seller. They sold me a cutting, which was $45, which was pretty expensive. And then probably like a month later, people were just selling it everywhere for heaps cheap with more leaves. Mine only had one leaf and is still popping out its second leaf, whereas I could have bought a 5-leaf plant for $50 or even less than that, $30 probably. So that's probably why I don't like it, but I do like the plant. I don't regret buying it, but yeah. Do you think having a plant collection is bad for the environment? So I understand why she put this question in. I personally don't think that it's bad for the environment. It depends. Everyone's different. I use filtered water that goes through the air conditioner. So I have a portable air conditioner that turns the water in the air into distilled water for my plants, or I will put a bucket out in the rain and I'll use rainwater. So I know that there's some people that are out there and they buy like the big tubs of distilled water, so I think that's bad for the environment. I personally don't like to use plastic bottles or straws or anything like that, so I think that's a bit bad for the environment, as like you get water from the tap, so you don't really, especially here in Australia, we don't really need to buy water or anything like that. I know different countries are different, but here in Australia, I think that that's bad for the environment. And then also I noticed in Julie Nicole's video, she did mention shipping and stuff like that. Yeah, like I know that there's fuel and stuff that goes into shipping the plants, especially depending where you get it. But in Australia, we can't import plants here. We've got really strict import laws, which is like for the environment so that we don't have pests. I think in Australia, it's not as bad, but now that I've gotten into plants, I'm not buying other things online as much. So I think that it just weighs up the same for me personally. So I don't think my personal collection is bad for the environment. Lucky last. How much would someone have to pay you to kill your favorite plant? Oh, so my favorite plant, I was looking for it for a long time. Probably I would say that the Dashidia is my favorite plant, just because it's so unique looking. Well, I bought it for $60, but I think like the emotional connection I have to it is a lot more than that. So I probably would say $500 or like $1,000 so that I could go get another one, like a big one, or buy like other wish list plants. I don't know. No, I wouldn't kill it. I don't know. Probably a lot. Maybe $500, I would say. A fair bit of money for me to kill it. So that was the last question. Yeah, hope you guys like it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you wanted to see more videos. I'm going to try and post a video once a week. I do have like a couple of ideas lined up since we're all in self-isolation. I'm at home, have a lot of free time, so I thought this would be a good time to start up a YouTube channel. Kind of always like was interested in doing it, so I thought I'll start with Julie Nicole's Juicy Plant Tuber tag, just because I think Caitlin from Plant Life in the Tropics, I'm pretty sure it was her that she said for anyone that wanted to start a YouTube channel, so I thought I would give it a go. I'm going to tag any Australian YouTubers out there that want to have an input into this, because I think that the responses that we will get from Australian YouTubers will be a lot different to YouTubers that live in Europe or the UK and America. So it would be really interesting to hear Australian YouTuber inputs. I don't really know many Australian plant YouTubers. I only know one, so I'm going to tag Jessie Pots Plants and just any other Australian YouTubers that are out there. Cool. Thanks everyone, bye!